Good morning, students. As we were discussing about the transportation in plants, and I told you that there are various substances like water, mineral salts, and the synthesized food must have to be transported throughout the body of the plant. And for this transportation process, the complex permanent tissues or vascular bundles are responsible. And in the previous video, which we discussed yesterday, I discussed the role of xylem, and I told you about what is the mechanism of transportation of water and minerals through xylem. So continuing the same series, today I want to discuss how the transportation of food as well as some other important things takes place through the phloem. So as I mentioned earlier also that the phloem is helpful in transportation of food substances, ठीक है, from the leaves to the various body parts, and this process is called as translocation 2. इसको translocation के नाम से भी हम जानते हैं. So today we are going to discuss that what are the different elements of the phloem and which elements are basically helpful in the transportation of the food content, and what is the mechanism of the transportation through phloem. ठीक है, since phloem is a kind of vascular tissue that conducts food material in vascular plants from a region where they are produced, that is leaves, to the region such as growing points where the food is needed for the purpose of the storage as well as the consumption. So phloem is the main conducting tissue or vascular tissue of plants which conducts the synthesized food from leaves to source. So here leaves are also referred as source, and the other regions are called as sink. ठीक है, तो फ्लोएम का फंक्शन क्या है? फ्लोएम लीव्स में जो फूड सिंथेसाइज हो रहा है उसे प्लांट की बॉडी के अदर पार्ट्स तक भी पहुंचाने का काम करता है. आई एम कमिंग टू द पॉइंट, द components of the phloem. As we know that in the previous class we studied that the phloem is made up of four different types of component. And what are these components? Sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. ठीक है, now the major components which are helping in the transportation process or translocation process in the phloem are sieve tubes or companion cells. Now one by one we will discuss about them. So as we know that phloem consists of sieve tube which are placed one above the other, forming a continuous column with the ends covered with the sieve plates. Actually sieve tubes are tube like structures, ठीक है, pipe like structures, and at their ends they have some special perforations, or there are some plate like structures which are having perforation like a sieve. जैसे हमारे घरों में आटा चालने की छलनी होती है उसमें माइन्यूट पोर्स होते हैं, ठीक इसी तरह से पोर्स होते हैं, क्योंकि सीव ट्यूब्स जो होती हैं इनके जो एंड्स होते हैं, एंड्स पे एक प्लेट लगी हुई होती है और वो प्लेट परफोरेटेड होती है. ठीक है, और ये जो प्लेट होती है दिस प्लेट इज़ कॉल्ड सीव प्लेट एंड द होल ट्यूब इज़ कॉल्ड एज सीव ट्यूब. ठीक है, द मूवमेंट ऑफ फूड मटीरियल एंड अदर सब्सटेंसेज लाइक हॉर्मोन्स through phloem depends on the action of living cells called sieve tubes. So as we all know that sieve tubes along with the companion cells as well as phloem parenchyma, all three cells out inside the phloem are living cell, while only one cell which is called phloem fibers, these are the dead cells. So sieve tubes is a kind of living cell or living component of the phloem, ठीक है, which help in the transportation in majority of the part. ठीक है, now along with it we know that the companion cells are there. If you will observe this one figure, in this one figure you can easily observe where is sieve plate and actually where is companion cell. If you will observe here, ठीक है, sieve tubes, if you will observe here, the sieve tubes have some perforations which are sieve plates. ठीक है, and with the help of the sieve plates the food material passes from one tube to another tube. And one more you can easily observe here, the companion cell is there where a large sized nucleus is also present. Actually these are called companion cell. Why? Because companion means friend. ठीक है, because they are running parallel to the sieve tubes and they are controlling most of the activity of the sieve tubes too. ठीक है, and except it phloem parenchyma is also here. This phloem parenchyma also helps in the transportation but in the radial direction, not in the upward or downward direction. Radially if there is any requirement of the food content, the phloem parenchyma in such cases helps in the transportation too. ठीक है, now there is one more other term, translocation, and I initially discussed that what is translocation. Translocation means it's a mechanism or it's a process of transport of food from leaves to the other parts of the plant. ठीक है, यानी कि जो लीव्स में फूड सिंथेसाइज हो रहा है, उस सिंथेसाइज फूड के लीव से प्लांट की बॉडी के पास पहुंचना, यानी द प्रोसेस बाय विच द प्रिपेयर्ड फूड और सिंथेसाइज फूड इन द लीव passes or transports to the various parts of the body, it is called as translocation. ठीक है, ठीक है, and which tissue helps in the translocation? Phloem is the tissue which helps in the process of translocation. ठीक है, now I am coming to the last point. Now what is the mechanism of the transportation of food and other substances in plants? As we discussed earlier in the previous case, in xylem there are two different mechanisms which are involved in the transportation of mineral and water. These were root pressure and the second one was ascent of sap or transpirational pull. ठीक है, now as we will recall, you will find out that both of the processes were passive processes, means there was no requirement of energy in the earlier cases. यानी वो पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन था पहले वाले केस में जाइलम में, वहाँ पे बिना किसी एनर्जी के खर्च के जो वाटर और मिनरल्स थे सीधे प्लांट में अपलिफ्ट हो जा रहे थे. बट इफ़ यू विल मेक अ कंपैरिजन, तो you will find some differences here. Now what are the differences you will find out here? Now mechanism of transported food and other substances, which is also called as translocation. ठीक है, so that the translocation of food and other substances takes place in the sieve tubes with the help of the adjacent companion cell both in upward and downward direction. तो जो ट्रांसलोकेशन की प्रोसेस है, चाहे वो फूड का ट्रांसलोकेशन हो रहा हो, चाहे वो अदर सब्सटेंसेज लाइक हार्मोन्स का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हो रहा हो, ठीक है, दिस टेक्स प्लेस विद द हेल्प ऑफ द सीव ट्यूब्स. तो बेसिकली ये सारे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सीव ट्यूब्स के थ्रू होता है. ठीक है, इट मे बी आइदर इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन और डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. माइट भी पॉसिबल किसी लीव ने अगर सिंथेसाइज किया तो उसे रूट टिप पे भेजना है तो डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन हो गया, सूट टिप पे भेजना है देन वो अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन हो गया. तो वन अनदर डिफरेंस वी हैव फाइंड आउट देयर that in case of the xylem only the upward direction of the movement takes place, while in case of the phloem it may be bidirectional, we can say that upward or downward both. ठीक है, now translocation in phloem is achieved by utilizing energy from ATP. now the main difference is there here in case of the phloem कोई भी चीज़ फ्री में नहीं होती, यानी कि whenever the translocation occurs it will require energy and this energy will be released in the form of the ATP. यानी ATP ब्रेक होगा एंड एडिनोसिन डाइफॉस्फेट विल प्रोड्यूस, एंड जब आपके बॉन्ड ब्रेक होंगे ATP से ADP बनने के लिए, एट द टाइम ऑफ द ब्रेकिंग ऑफ द बॉन्ड ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी विल बी लिबरेटेड एंड दिस एनर्जी विल बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसलोकेशन. ठीक है, द फूड एंटरिंग इनटू द फ्लोएम ट्यूब इन द लीव्स is transported to the all parts of the plant by the network of the phloem tubes present in all parts of the plant like stem and root. Now due to the expenditure of energy, the food material passes into the sieve tubes of the leaves, and from since we know that all the sieve tubes of all the parts of the body are interlinked. ठीक है, now leaves की जो sieve tube है, यहाँ से ये जो food है फ्लोएम ट्यूब्स के थ्रू होते हुए बॉडी के डिफरेंट पार्ट्स तक पहुंच जाता है, लाइक स्टेम के पास पहुंच जाता है, लाइक रूट्स के पास पहुंच जाता है. ठीक है, द ट्रांसलोकेशन इज नेसेसरी बिकॉज एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट नीड्स फूड फॉर ऑब्टेनिंग एनर्जी फॉर बिल्डिंग इट्स पार्ट्स एंड मेंटेनिंग इट्स लाइफ. नाउ अलॉन्ग विद द ट्रांसपिरेशन, ट्रांसलोकेशन इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज अगर ट्रांसलोकेशन नहीं होगा तो बॉडी के डिफरेंट पार्ट्स तक फूड नहीं पहुँचेगा, एसेंशियल एलिमेंट्स नहीं पहुँचेंगे. ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से प्लांट की ग्रोथ प्रॉपर अमाउंट में नहीं हो पाएगी. सो फॉर existence of life, or for we can say that for maintenance of the life, phloem is very essential, or not only the phloem, the translocation process is very essential. So in this way we completed how the transportation occurs in case of plants, how the transportation takes place with the help of the xylem, and how the transportation occurs with the help of the phloem. Is it clear? So I think it's enough for today. ठीक है, now revise your chapter or revise your topic. If you will feel any difficulty, if you have any query, you can contact me. ठीक है, we will meet to go tomorrow once again. Till then, thank you and bye bye.